Every car owner wants their vehicle to last, but what if some of the damage you're dealing with isn't from age or wear, but from how you're starting your car every day? It might seem like a small detail, but the truth is, most drivers are unknowingly making mistakes the moment they turn the key. Have you ever wondered why your car feels rough on startup, or why you're replacing parts more often than you should? The answer might surprise you. That's why in this video, Never Do This When Starting Your Car, we're uncovering the habits that could be quietly wrecking your engine, battery, and more. Whether you drive a brand new vehicle or an older model that's still kicking, this breakdown will show you what to avoid, what to do instead, and how to start your car the right way every single time. Let's get into it. Number 1. Using the wrong fuel or engine oil. You'd be surprised how many drivers have made this simple yet costly mistake, putting the wrong fuel or oil in their car. It happens more often than you can think, but the damage it causes, that can haunt your wallet for years. So here's the rule. If you ever pump the wrong fuel, do not start the car, not even for a second. Starting the engine means you're letting that wrong fuel flow through your system, damaging parts like the injectors, fuel pump, and even the engine itself. Especially if it's petrol in a diesel engine, the results can be brutal. Why risk a $1,000 plus repair just to move your car a few feet? Now, let's talk oil, because using the wrong engine oil might not destroy your car immediately, but it slowly chips away at its health. The wrong viscosity can cause overheating, oil leaks, or worse, engine failure. You might notice weird noises, a burning smell, or even a sudden drop in fuel economy. Ever seen oil warning lights flash out of nowhere? That could be why. If this happens, act fast. Swap out the oil with the right type, change the filter, and inspect for damage. And next time you're topping up or getting an oil change, double check what's going on, because what's a quick fix now could be a full-blown disaster later. Number 2. Starting a car that's been idle for months without preparation. Been months since you last touched your car? Before you jump in and turn that key, pause, because firing it up without proper checks can lead to major damage and even total engine failure. Why risk a breakdown when it takes just a few minutes to be smart about it? First, let's talk battery. If your car's been sitting, the battery is likely drained or worse, completely dead. Use a multimeter to check the voltage. If it's low but salvageable, give it a charge. If it refuses to hold, just replace it. Trying to crank a dead battery could short your electrical system or even burn out your starter. Next, fluids. Oil degrades over time, even if the car hasn't moved an inch. If it's dirty, sludgy, or milky, change it. And don't stop there. Check your coolant, brake fluid, and transmission fluid. If they're low or discolored, top them off or replace them. Why start an engine with bad lifeblood? Then check your tires. Months of no movement can cause flat spots, cracks, and dangerously low pressure. Use a tire gauge to hit the recommended PSI and inspect for damage. What about fuel? Gasoline doesn't age well. After a few months, it breaks down and can clog your fuel system. Either drain it out or add a fuel stabilizer. Don't just roll the dice. And before starting, inspect for rodent damage. Chewed wires are no joke. Then, once you're clear, start the car and let it idle for several minutes. Don't rev it. Let it breathe. Would you trust a machine that's been idle for several months to just run like new? If you wouldn't do that to your body, don't do it to your engine. Number 3. Driving without warming up. We've all been there. You're late, it's cold, and you just want to hop in and drive. But is skipping the warm-up really harmless? That depends on what's under your hood. If you're driving a modern fuel-injected car, good news, you don't need to let it idle forever. These engines are built to handle cold starts and can be driven 30 to 60 seconds after startup. But don't confuse that with going full throttle. For the first few minutes, you should drive gently. Keep those RPMs low and avoid aggressive acceleration. That gives the oil time to circulate and the engine to reach optimal temperature under light load, not stress. But if your car has a carbureted engine, think anything built before the mid-1990s, it's a whole different story. Carburetors struggle to manage the air-fuel mixture when cold. If you drive off too soon, expect sputtering, stalling, and a generally rough ride. In winter, these engines should idle for 1 to 5 minutes before moving. Why rush it? only to end up stalled at the light. Ignoring warm-up time in older cars can lead to serious consequences: increased engine wear, poor fuel economy, and higher emissions. Cold oil doesn't lubricate properly, and driving like that just grinds down your engine. Regardless of the car, one rule stands: don't rev your engine right after starting. Pay attention to how it feels. If things seem off, rough idle, slow response, it's a sign something needs attention. Number 4. Starting your car with accessories turned on. Ever fired up your car with the AC blasting, radio pumping, and headlights already on? Some say it drains the battery. Others say it's fine. So, what's the truth? Does it really matter? If you drive a modern vehicle, the answer is usually no. Today's cars are built with smart electrical systems that can handle accessory load at startup. Features like power relays and load management systems ensure that critical components, like your starter motor, get priority power when the engine turns over. In fact, many cars are designed to temporarily cut power to accessories during ignition so your battery isn't overwhelmed. But here's the catch: if you're driving an older car, it's a different game. Older electrical systems weren't built for multitasking at startup. Turning the key with your defroster, fan, or lights on can cause a voltage drop, stressing the battery and possibly damaging sensitive components. It's not always instant damage, but over time, it wears things down. So, what's the best move? Even if your car can handle it, it's smart to switch off high-drain accessories before starting. This lightens the load on your battery and starter, especially in cold weather when your battery's already struggling. Also, don't forget battery maintenance. A weak battery is the real villain here. Even the best system will fail if your battery can't keep up. Number 5. Ignoring corroded battery terminals. You pop the hood and see some white or greenish gunk around your battery terminals. Doesn't seem like a big deal, right? Wrong. That chalky buildup, battery corrosion, isn't just ugly, it's a silent performance killer. Corrosion is usually a sign that your battery is aging or overcharging, and it forms that white or green powdery residue right on the terminals. But here's the real danger: it blocks the electrical current flowing from the battery to your car's systems. That means weaker starts, flickering lights, or worse, a no-start situation when you least expect it. Why risk being stranded because of something you could have fixed in 5 minutes? If you spot corrosion, don't ignore it. First, disconnect the battery. Always remove the negative terminal first to avoid any sparks. Then, grab a wire brush and scrub off the visible buildup. For a proper fix, use a battery terminal cleaner or a mix of baking soda and water to neutralize the acid residue. Once clean, reconnect the terminals, positive first this time, and consider applying anti-corrosion gel to keep it from coming back. It's a small task, but neglecting it can shorten your battery's lifespan and even damage your car's electrical system over time. And if corrosion keeps returning, that's a sign it's time to test or replace the battery. Would you leave mold growing on your food? Then don't leave corrosion eating away at your car's heart. Handle it early, and your battery and your car will thank you. Caught yourself making one of these mistakes? Don't worry, we've all been there. Hit that like button if you're finding this helpful, and stick around. What's coming next might just save your engine. Number 6. Not checking your fluid levels regularly. Let's get real. When was the last time you popped the hood to check your fluids? If your answer is, well, I just wait for the warning lights, you might already be too late. Your dashboard isn't a crystal ball. It only lights up after a problem has started, and by then, it could already be expensive. Your car runs on 6 essential fluids, and every single one plays a role in keeping your ride smooth and safe. Start with engine oil. It's your engine's lifeline, reducing friction and preventing overheating. Low on oil, you risk serious damage. We're talking overheating, knocking sounds, or total engine failure. And yes, some cars burn oil faster than others. If you drive an Audi, BMW, Subaru, or Acura MDX, check it more often. Then there's coolant, also known as antifreeze. It keeps your engine from cooking itself alive. Always check it when the engine's cool and make sure the level sits between min and max. Power steering fluid keeps your handling smooth. Low levels? Good luck with tight turns. Brake fluid transfers force to your braking system. Too low, and you could lose braking power. You really want to gamble with that? Transmission fluid makes gear shifts seamless. If it's too low or dirty, expect jerky movements and long-term transmission wear. And finally, windshield washer fluid, often overlooked but crucial when visibility drops. Why wait for a warning light when a 2-minute check can save you thousands? Make fluid checks a monthly habit. It's simple, it's preventative, and it's the easiest way to keep your car running like new. Number 7. Cranking the engine too long. If your car doesn't start right away, your instinct might be to keep cranking, but that's a fast track to even more problems. How long is too long? More than 15 seconds, and you're already pushing your luck. Here's what happens when you crank for too long. First, you risk draining your battery. The starter motor pulls serious current, and extended use can leave your battery too weak to even fire up the ignition. Then there's starter motor overheating. Run it for too long and you could burn it out, leading to internal damage or complete failure. That's not a cheap fix. And if you're driving an older car with a carbureted engine, excessive cranking is even worse. It can flood the engine with fuel, making it almost impossible to start without clearing out the excess. So, what should you do? If the car doesn't start after 15 seconds, let it rest for at least 30 to 60 seconds. Still nothing after 3 tries? Stop. It's time to troubleshoot. Check the battery. Is it charged? Are the terminals clean? A weak battery is often the silent culprit. Next, inspect your spark plugs. If they're fouled or worn, ignition won't happen. Then move on to your fuel injectors. A clog could be choking the fuel supply. Still nothing? The crankshaft position sensor might be messing with your timing. And for carbureted engines, try lightly pressing the gas pedal while cranking, but don't mash it. Too much and you'll flood the engine. Why force it when your car is clearly trying to tell you something's wrong? Crank smart, or risk making a small issue much worse. Number 8. Starting your car in extreme weather without preparation. Extreme weather is brutal, not just for you, but for your car. Whether it's freezing cold or burning hot, how you start your engine in these conditions could make or break its lifespan. Are you setting up your engine for success or sabotage? In cold weather, your biggest enemy is thickened oil. When temperatures drop, oil moves slower, delaying lubrication to critical components. This is especially dangerous for turbocharged engines, where lack of lubrication, even for a few seconds, can cause permanent damage. That's why in winter, you should always let your engine idle for 30 to 60 seconds before driving. Just that short window lets the oil circulate properly. And if it's below 15 degrees Celsius, plug in a block heater. It warms up the coolant and makes cold starts way easier while reducing wear. Now, flip the thermostat. Hot weather brings a different threat: overheating. High temps strain your cooling system, so checking your coolant level is a must before any drive. One missed top-up can lead to a blown gasket or warped engine components. In both hot and cold, the same rule applies. Don't rev the engine right away. Give it time to warm up. Drive gently for the first few minutes. Pushing your car hard right after starting is asking for internal damage. Also, make sure your car is properly maintained. Old oil, low fluids, or a tired cooling system won't survive extreme weather. Number 9. Ignoring dashboard warning lights. We've all seen them, those glowing little icons on your dashboard. Maybe it's a check engine light, a brake warning, or that mysterious oil can symbol. And maybe you've told yourself, probably nothing. But here's the truth. Those lights aren't suggestions, they're warnings. Let's break it down. That oil pressure light, it's not just a reminder. It means your engine might not be getting enough lubrication. Keep driving like that, and you could be on your way to full-blown engine failure. The brake system light? That could mean low brake fluid or a malfunction. And when your brakes go, so does your safety. Then there's the dreaded check engine light. Yes, it could be something minor, like a loose gas cap, but it could also mean failing sensors, misfires, or transmission issues. Ignoring it? Not worth the gamble. If your battery light comes on, your charging system may be failing, and once that battery's dead, so's your ride. And if the airbag light is flashing, your safety system could be offline. One accident, and that mistake could be life-altering. Even the TPMS light, that tire with the exclamation mark, signals underinflated tires that affect handling, braking, and even fuel efficiency. Here's the deal. Red lights mean stop and fix it now. Yellow or orange means caution, get it checked ASAP. Green and blue, those are just indicators. Would you ignore a fire alarm because it might be a false alert? Exactly. Your dashboard lights are your car's way of calling for help. Pay attention, act quickly, and you could save yourself thousands, maybe even your life. So, the next time you start your car, remember, small habits make a big difference. Whether it's ignoring warning lights, skipping fluid checks, or cranking too long, these everyday mistakes can turn into serious repairs fast. But now, you know better. From modern engines to older rides, the way you treat your car at startup sets the tone for its performance, reliability, and lifespan. Why pay thousands for problems you could have prevented in seconds? If this video helped you out, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to stop making these mistakes, and don't forget to subscribe for more smart car care tips. Drive safe and smarter.